All right, guys, welcome back to Greg's Coffee Talks. We have an awesome guest today. Her name is Lisa, and she's from Team Grex. And because I cannot find a common thread within the stuff that I'm saying, her job basically today is to keep me on track. And we're going to talk about the awesome Get Grexy challenge today. So say hi, Lisa.
Hello. I'm going to try.
Yeah, so do your best and keeping everybody on track, because I'll go up in the high weeds and we'll see where this goes. So the general idea of this podcast is we want to introduce you guys out there to the Get Grexy challenge. And so what's the first question?
The first question is very general. Just what is the Grexy challenge?
Okay, so I'm going to limit myself to a 3-minute answer on this one. So I had an idea about 6 months ago, which was basically I'm tired of waiting for anybody out there to allow me to open up my gym. And as much as this is not a political statement, it is a political statement because I got self-employed because I didn't want to be dependent on anybody out there. So I had to come up with a solution, and we did like everybody else. We started with Zoom calls in March, so everybody was sitting in front of the laptop, and there was like 8 small pictures of people dancing around and literally following our instructions. And this worked like perfectly fine for the first lockdown, so the first 2 months. But we saw a huge drop in A, attendance, and B, the willingness to participate in physical movement in front of a screen. So then we could open back up in, I think it was June. So we had pretty much of a normal gym life in June, July, and August. And during the second lockdown in November, we said, okay, this is it. We need to invent something else. And that's how we came up with the Get Grexy challenge. So what is it? It has a lot of components in it. The first one is community, a positive community, a culture of people working out together, people holding themselves accountable. Second pillar is, well, working out, obviously. So we started shooting videos, Toby and I, full-length videos, so no like showing 5 reps and looking awesome. We're showing like 40 minutes of pure suffering, and it's not beautiful. Well, part of not being beautiful is on us, but the other is on the programming. So we're giving our best on those workout videos. We're failing, we're high-fiving, we're having success, we're having a lot of hard times during like song warm-ups, for example. And the third pillar is the coaching side of it, but we'll talk about this in a second, I guess.
So if I sign up for the challenge, what can I expect?
A lot. So you can expect getting a gym feeling and never actually entering a gym. So what does that mean? The feedback from our members was very precise, because obviously everybody's missing the gym. Obviously, everyone wants to train in groups and high-five each other and hug each other, but that's just not possible. But you can expect accountability. You can expect context in terms of coaching and movement. You can expect entering our buddy system. That means, according to all the COVID rules out there, you can train with somebody outdoors, in the backyard, on the patio, in the park, in a parking lot, in a garage, wherever. You're going to keep the distance. You're going to stay physically distanced, but socially engaged. That means, all right, let's take 10 meters of distance to the person you're working out with. You're having your own set of equipment. You can see the other person, but you're obviously not getting any physical contact with that person. That's such a huge one. And to me, it was so obvious, but nobody did it. So you can expect entering a gym outside of the gym.
So when I sign up for the program, what's the first thing that's going to happen?
The first thing is, well, just reach out to me. So either send me an email, greg@grexstream.com, text me at 0664-8485-928. If you're from outside of Austria, that's +4 664-8485-928. I guess we're going to post it in the comments anyways. And then we'll start talking. Believe it or not, I spent almost, say, 30 to 40 minutes with every single member of mine, explaining what to expect from the Get Grexy Challenge, explaining what our purpose is, explaining what the process looks like, entering it, how to team up, how to get the equipment, how to get everything. So the only thing you have to do is just train 3 times a week, and that's it.
Is there a time frame for the challenge? So is it a 6-week challenge, 8-week challenge?
Yeah, so we'll run it for the members for as long as necessary until the gym is open again. For everybody who wants to join from the outside, it's a 6-week program. Why is it a 6-week program? It's pretty simple. I think 6 weeks is a perfect time frame to get to know us and actually figure out, okay, is this something that I want to continue even after the challenge has finished? And obviously we have some stuff following up after those 6 weeks, but I think it's a test drive, especially for you out there. We're not testing you, you're testing us. And let's see if you get the desired results in the first 6 weeks, if we can give you some maybe different ideas about nutrition, about training, about approaching training, approaching your daily life, figuring out what you actually need throughout the day. And so for the members, it's until we open up again. And for everybody from the outside you're going to start with 6 weeks.
Awesome. And who can do this challenge? So can anyone do it? Is there an age limit? Or
there's a funny saying which goes, if you have a body, you're an athlete. So if you have a body, you can stay Grexy and get Grexy. So I don't care if you have ever done sport before. I don't care if you have used sandbags in your training. I don't care if you have never been to a gym. On the contrary, this program is literally designed for people who have a harder time finding a training rhythm, whether they're being disappointed in gyms, whether they've been disappointed by coaches, personal trainers, whether they had shoulder pain while going to the gym or something else. This is literally designed for my kind of peeps, the 99% of the people out there, the soccer moms, the average Joes, literally the people who have a hard time finding a good training routine.
All right, and what do I need for this challenge?
We designed the program around 2 sandbags, a pec stick, and a towel. So let me break it down for you. We love sandbag training, right? And we're going to talk about sandbags in a bit, I guess, or on the next episode. Sandbags are like a real piece of real life. Like, it's not as shiny and not as VIP as the barbell. It's not perfectly sitting in front of you. You can put like exactly 2.5 kilos on each side. Like, let's be honest, sandbags are like the real life. Like, they suck like a lot. And that's why I like them. They're not very handy. They sometimes just fall on your face and you want to throw them in the corner. Just like real life sometimes feels. So you get 2 sandbags, lighter one for pressing, for like more reps on sandbag squats, etc. Heavier one for carries, for deadlifts, etc. Then we're moving on to the pec stick. So the pec stick, for all of you who don't know what a pec stick is, Arnie has used it. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger has used pec sticks. And there's a picture right next to me showing him on Venice Beach. That's where the camera guy needs to turn. Yeah, okay, he did it. The pec stick is an awesome tool. It just helps you find tension towards the inside on your upper body. It's as simple as it sounds. It's not as simple to execute, but we found it a tremendous tool, an easy to use tool to engage like really important muscles in the upper body, like pecs and teres major and stuff like this. So what do we need a towel for? Well, typically you use a towel to just, well, if you get a sweat on, you just use a towel to wipe the sweat off your face. But we're specifically using it for isometric work for muscles. So we're going to pull on it, we're going to hold it. We have a very special at-home rope pull exercise just using a towel. So it's a fun tool. It's an easy-to-use tool to activate certain muscles.
Cool. And do I get all this equipment from you, or do I use my own towels, build my own sandbags, or does it come with the challenge?
Yeah. So there's always a DIY solution. So obviously we have sandbags, obviously we have pack sticks, obviously we have towels. We have Grexy towels, which are really awesome, by the way. But you don't need to use mine. Like we have instructions online where you can build your own sandbag. We have instructions online, we have videos online, or we have alternatives for the pack stick. Obviously, you can build your own. You cannot build your own pack stick, but there's like small stuff like plastic bottles. You can use like foam dice or like an old soccer ball or stuff like this. So there's always a DIY option if you don't want to get the equipment from us, which is totally fine for me. And maybe at some point you get a sandbag for Christmas. Who knows?
Ooh, that sounds pretty nice. How much do I pay for the challenge?
That's a very good question. And I probably shouldn't talk about money on a podcast because it's always hard to kind of promote it on a podcast. But the 6-week challenge is $4.99, so 499 euros for 6 weeks, which sounds like a lot of money. And you're absolutely right. That's a shitload of money. But what you get is not only access to the online tool, to the online on-demand program for the workout videos, you get access to the WhatsApp group. You get access to a coach, like unlimited messaging with a coach, unlimited video calls with a coach. So whenever you get a question, I highly recommend not Googling it, but texting your coach. And there's a human being on the other side of the line, which is actually going to ask or answer the question for you. There's not a bot sitting on the other side. This is not like pre-made answers. There's an actual human being interacting with you. And guess what? If you need somebody to talk to and if you need a face to talk to, well, just hop on a video call and ask a maybe simple but not stupid question. That means I struggle with preparing a snack for work. It's like, all right, let's hop on a video call. I'll give you 3 options. Let's talk about it for 5 minutes. Boom, off you go. So that's a massive tool to get for the package. You get access to the Facebook group. You get access to the WhatsApp group. You can interact. You can access the online workouts, and more importantly, you're becoming a part of our tribe. And we're going to take good care of you. That's such an important part of online programs is we're building a safety feeling. We're building a culture which is built on positive community. And I think that's probably the most important piece of the whole challenge.
So because you talk about nutrition as well, so the program is not at all limited to just working out. It's not just the gym.
It's not, and thanks for reminding me. So I almost forgot like one of the most important pieces of the challenge, which is you get a daily message from me. I know it sounds intimidating, and at first it is. So you get a video every day at 7 p.m. Central European Time with a daily challenge. But it's not like the typical, all right, so now it's 7 p.m., like do 10 push-ups now, and you can do it, and willpower, and just power through, and everybody feels great doing it. No, this is a lot. The daily challenges are starting a lot about self-awareness and just starting to realize, okay, what is the stuff that I'm either need to work on, or where am I actually in the current process? So you have to put in some work. And that takes like 5 minutes every single morning. So you get the message at 7 p.m. You take out the Grexy journal or any other blank sheet of paper. You write down the challenge for the next morning. You get up in the morning, whatever it is, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. The second thing you're going to do is sit down and just answer that question, answer that challenge for you. So there's no need to pick up your phone in the morning because the question's already there. You just sit down, reflect, apply some self-awareness, and see where it takes you. Observe what you're putting on paper. Don't judge it. This is not a test. We're not in school. And after the self-awareness phase, we have like nutrition pieces we're going to dial in. And the most important part of the nutrition piece is you're not allowed to lose weight because we're not focusing on weight loss.
Okay. So if I want to lose weight, I shouldn't come to you.
Yes. So the main focus is improve your sleep, get more energy when you get up in the morning, maybe work on your digestion. And if somewhere in the process the weight starts to change, that's awesome. But that's not the primary goal for the nutrition part.
All right, just to try and do a little bit of promotion over the podcast, what are some of the results you've seen from people who've done the Grexy program?
It's multifaceted. So the first one is, and probably the ones that touch me the most, is people are texting me saying they've never felt that close to us and being that coached ever, which is pretty much mind-blowing because we're not open. Like the gym is actually closed. But that just shows it's not necessarily about meeting each other like physically, but it's about the process behind it. Like it's way more than just meeting 3 times a week. We're like meeting 3 times a day now. Yes. So not in person, but we're meeting through online tools. I can help you so much more. I can touch on so many more topics rather than just you jumping in, doing 60 minutes of a workout. And let's be honest, you arrive like 2 minutes prior to the class and you leave 2 minutes after. So it's all about training. It's all about the workout. And you're never gonna even dip your toes into, okay, nutrition, self-awareness. What about sleep? What about digestion? It's just, okay, let's get the workout done. Let's train properly, but that's about it. So that's probably number one. Number two, the results we've seen is just start being aware of what's actually happening, right? This is not a passive process of this happens to me. Like the outside world is messing up my nutrition and putting stress on me and not allowing me to own my training. No, this should be an active process of, okay, how should I design my days? When do I need what nutrition for what purpose? Am I actually having fun while training? This is such an important one. So that's number two. And number three is, and that's hard to tell because that kind of sounds like it's against our gym principles. People are starting to feel muscles they've never felt before. And as much as this is positive, this means, okay, so you fuckers out there, my little members, my little Grexys, what did you do in the last 8 years in the gym, right? So we've managed to do something in like 6 weeks that you haven't accomplished in 3, 4, 5, 6 years of training. So and to kind of sum it up is I've learned so much throughout that challenge, which is the fitness world is always telling you, like, you need to do more. You need to do better. You need to do 3 more reps. You need to eat less sugar. You need to eat more protein because otherwise, like, there's no way you're going to see results, right? And if you're using my program and it's not working, it's on you. I'm sorry, but it's on you. And that is probably as far from the truth as I can tell. I'm taking this all on me. Like, if you're not seeing the results, I have to do more. I have to do better. I have to provide a better process. I have to provide a better system. I have to provide maybe a simpler version for you to start with. The second takeaway is sometimes it's not as complicated as you think. So start off easier. So we coaches, we gym owners tend to want to offer like all the knowledge at first, and I know everything about nutrition and training, but just people are just overwhelmed with too much information at first. So start, train, a little bit of self-awareness, and that's it for probably the first 6 weeks. We got time. Like when you sign up for the challenge, I expect you to be a lifetime member of ours. That's how I approach your progress. And maybe I need to take myself back and be like, okay, this is going to take 3 years before I can throw all my knowledge at you. And this is fine because it's about you and it's not about me.
Awesome. That's basically all of my questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. So if you guys out there have any questions about the Get Grexy Challenge, please feel free to reach out. And I'm not lying. This is my actual telephone number. Like I got no secretary as of now. So you're going to call me. Maybe give me like 6 to 12 hours to reply, but I'm going to reply. So if you get any questions about the challenge or you want to know how you can jump in, this is 0043-664-85. I'm sorry, 8485-928. Once more, 0043-664-8485-928. And I would love to talk to you about it. And I'm going to take a lot of time to explain the process to you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I guess we're going to do some more episodes about this. So stay tuned, stay Grexy, and let's talk soon.